Hi and welcome to my channel. I've got an unboxing of Tonic Craft Kit number 42. This one is called Spring Wreath. And to be honest, I actually thought about skipping this one because I have a lot of wreath-like and floral, for sure, die sets. And so in terms of something truly kind of unique to my craft room, I wasn't so sold on the dies and stamps in this kit, which are the kind of the main thing that I look forward to. But I did end up keeping it for a few reasons. One, we got a binder this month, and I love getting the binders because that is how I store my kits. So the binder, always really nice to have. Then we also got one of these cute little guys. This is the Nuvo embellishment tool, and I think this came out this year, and I thought about buying it, but and it's fairly inexpensive. I think it was maybe $5, but at the time there wasn't anything else I wanted to buy, and so by the time there was something else that I wanted to get, these were already sold out. So I was really happy to see it in the kit. So I thought, okay, we've got the binder, we have a tool that I already wanted to get. Then there's also the gorgeous colors in the kit, which I love. We get the mini tape runner, which is kind of cute. You could never have too much of that. And then a lot of these items, I just don't have kind of anything in this sort of these color ranges. So there's, I got the Aqua Flow in just peachy, which is really cute. Then Crystal Drop, and this one is in Carnation Pink, kind of a bubblegum pink. And I always really love getting these little pots of embellishment mousse or glacier paste. I like a lot too. So so love these. This one is in peony pink. Then for the sequins, I actually got confetti squares. This is the first square confetti that I've gotten, so that's really nice. And then for glitter, I got ice white, which is always very easy to use. Then the other thing that kind of had me sold on this was trying out their watercolor cards. So I've never tried the Tonic watercolor cards before. So I thought this is kind of nice because you get quite a lot. So there's 15 sheets, and it's already sort of cut down for an A2 card front. So that's really convenient, and it's really thick, 300 GSM. It's cold press, and so this is going to be really fun to do a lot of water-based techniques and kind of using the mousses and drops and whatnot. So I thought that would be really fun. And then for the cardstock this month, we got Classic Card in Buttermilk Yellow. We have Classic Card in Mustard Yellow. This color I really like, the Coral Pink. It's really nice. Mirror Card in Gold Pearl. I feel like I never have to buy gold mirror card because it almost always seems like we get some in these kits. And then this is really pretty too. Pink generally isn't my go-to color, but I do love these shades. So this is Pink Chiffon. This was really pretty. I think I tried to buy a pack of this, but it was actually out of stock. This is Specialty Card in Honey Gold Roses, and I think I've seen this pattern, but in a different colorway. It's just really lovely. I really love all of their specialty card. And then this is a pearlescent and lemon luster, although it does seem almost like it's gold. It doesn't seem yellowy. It seems almost more like gold to me. And this is really pretty too. I think I have something similar to this, but not exact, because these little embossed patterns are little hearts. But this is their paper, specialty paper, and coral confetti, I think is what it is. So really pretty colors. I wouldn't think to necessarily put these exact colors together in terms of the pinks and the yellows, but I guess I'll get to play with it and see how that turns out. Then the dyes are really pretty, so it's not to say that they aren't fantastic. It's just in terms of what I already have in my stash, I have some very similar things, some from Tonic, in fact. But though it looks like we get a really neat selection of things this month. So I'll start with these because they are similar. So we have two. I guess these are kind of your wreaths, but they're two different patterns, and you could die cut them multiple times to create like a full circle. And each this pattern, the one that has all the floral elements to it, that's a verso die, so it will just cut that pattern into your paper, and all of these little details will drop out of that paper. But separately, you have an outline die that sort of hugs, that edge a little bit. And if you wanted this die cut as a separate piece on its own so that you can put it on top of your card, you could use that outer outline die. And then there's another outline die that is another bubble kind of outside of that. So that gives you yet another layer to kind of mat behind your die cut here. And so this set here basically works the same way. So you have a verso die, you've got an outline die that kind of hugs that design, and then like a shadow outline die that extends even further beyond that for another matte layer. And then for this one, we have these flowers in 3 different sizes. So they are essentially the same shape, but in 3 different sizes. So the innermost, or actually this one is 3. So you have 3 nested dies here. But you could take the second one here, the inner one here, and the inner one here, and probably create some 3D flowers, which I think that's the first kind of thing that comes to my mind as one of the things that I want to do with this kit. But for each, what's a little bit unique to this kit is that each of these also has a shadow die that kind of cuts an outline. So the flower itself will cut out the full flower, and you can use that as a die cut element on your card. But in addition to that, you do get like a shadow layer or an outline die for that as well. So that's kind of neat. That might create some different ideas for how to use these styles of flowers. And this one has 3, so that's kind of interesting too, because the inner one is a little bit different, and it does have some kind of embossed detail because you can kind of see where they've it's not cut, but there's like a little bit of a gap in the middle of each of the petals, and so just like that, so that's going to leave a little bit of an embossed detail on your petals. Then we have kind of a cluster of butterflies, and with the one die you can get a lot of different butterflies, so that's really cute and handy because you get different sizes too. So if you just want to use these as like small embellishments kind of sprinkled across your card, then that's an option. And then here we have a word die. This one says spring, and you get the shadow layer for that as well. You have a banner die, which I always love banner dies, so this one's really nice. And then this is a different sort of die from these two, and it's more of a what Crafter's Companion would call an edgeable die. So along this edge here, that will actually cut fully. But so this has its outline on this side. However, on this other half, the left half here, this is just verso. So it cuts into your paper, but it doesn't have a solid cut edge. So it's going to stay attached to this portion of your paper. So this is going to allow you to create really decorative, very intricate, edged patterns to your card. So I think that's always really fun to have. And at sort of the midway point here, you get a straight cut here. So whatever size card you're using, when you place this on here, you can just extend that cut line to cut right off, so that it will fit to the size of your card. And since the watercolor card is conveniently A2, and that's generally the size that I use, you can see this is like pretty perfectly designed for an A2 card. It's not going to cut all the way to the edge, so you would just snip a little bit so that this side of your card here, so that just falls away. And similarly down here, you would just do a little snip, and then this whole piece to the right of this flower would drop out. You get all of this beautiful decorative floral design, and this would stay attached to your card. So that's really really nice, and you can see it's designed pretty well for A2 size. And these are large, so these would take up, it's kind of handy to have this as a reference just in terms of size. So this would very nearly take up the entire height of an A2 card. I don't think you could fit like a full circular wreath on an A2. You would have to kind of move up a little bit in size. You possibly could with this one. So yeah, a lot of different fun ways to use these dies. Definitely gorgeous, and I think it would be really fun to do some paper piecing as well. And I'm kind of excited for the 3D flower forming. That's one of the reasons why, I didn't purely keep it for the reasons that I noted, especially if I wasn't interested in the dies at all, I wouldn't have kept it. But the fact that these are really pretty, and then there were some useful things that I really wanted to have, I did decide to go ahead and keep this. Although I do want to mention up front, I did already skip 43. So I won't have a video for kit 43. It just wasn't, it's just, I have so many similar things to what's in that kit. So, and there weren't enough compelling, unique things that I wanted to keep out of it. But the stamps in 42. So they're all relating to spring. So spring is in the air, spring fever, hello spring, live life in full bloom, springtime, if friends were flowers, I would pick you. The first blooms of spring always make my heart sing. Spring has sprung, here's to lots of sunny days to come. And then we get butterfly silhouettes, and these look like the center kind of stamped detail for the flowers. I don't know that I'm going to use too many of this spring sentiments, because my first thought is I think I might actually use this kit for Mother's Day cards. And so I'll probably dip into my stash for Mother's Day sentiments, either stamps or die cuts. And so just a heads up, I don't think I'll use the sentiments from this kit, but I'll definitely use, you know, everything else as much as I can. So that is this kit, another fantastic kit from Tonic Studios. So really few things that I'm pretty excited to play with, and I'm glad that I got it, because now that I've thought that I'm gonna be using it for Mother's Day cards, I'm definitely really excited to start crafting with it. Thanks so much for joining me, and until my next video, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye!